She didn't cry at first, not because she wasn't hurting, but because she was in shock. Claire Bennett stood on the porch with one suitcase, one backpack, and nowhere to go. Behind her, the door was still open. Warm lights, a safe house, a place that used to feel like home. Then her father's voice struck like a slam. "Get out. Don't come back." Claire's lips parted, but no sound came out. Her throat felt locked, like her body refused to believe what was happening. And then the door closed, not gently, not with regret. It closed like a verdict. Claire stood there, staring at the wood. Rain ran down her hair, down her cheeks, and for a second, you couldn't tell what was rain and what was heartbreak, because inside that house, her sister Madeline was safe. Her father was calm, her mother was silent, and Claire was nothing but a problem they wanted erased. But here's what they didn't know. That night, someone recorded everything, and the truth was waiting, quietly, patiently, like a storm that hadn't arrived yet. Just 12 hours earlier, Claire was still trying to believe in her life. She was 26, hardworking, quiet, the kind of woman who carried stress behind her smile. She worked long shifts. She paid her share at home. She never caused trouble. And that was the cruelest part, because she didn't deserve what was coming. Not even a little. Her father, Mr. Bennett, was obsessed with reputation. He cared about what neighbors whispered, what relatives assumed, what strangers posted. In that house, image was everything. And love had conditions. Madeline, her younger sister, knew that. She knew exactly how to use it. Madeline was beautiful in a way that demanded attention. She wore confidence like perfume. And she smiled. The kind of smile that looked sweet, until it wasn't. For months, Madeline had been acting strangely. Too helpful, too friendly, too involved. "Claire," she said one morning, almost cheerful, "you should come with me tonight. A charity fundraiser, big crowd, good connections." Claire frowned. "I don't belong at those things." Madeline laughed lightly. "You belong anywhere you want." "Come on, just for one night." Claire hesitated. Her instincts whispered no, but family pressure is heavy, so she agreed. The hotel looked like money. Crystal lights, smooth floors, perfect smiles. Claire wore a simple dress, nothing flashy, nothing wrong. Madeline looked flawless, and that should have been the first warning. At first, it was normal. Claire stood near a table holding a glass of water, trying to disappear into the background. Then Madeline excused herself. "I'll be right back," she said. Claire waited, and waited. Then, the scream. A woman in designer jewelry turned fast, eyes wide. "My bracelet!" she shouted. "It's gone!" The room froze. People turned like one body, hunting for drama. Security stepped in. The event manager's face tightened, and then a man pointed. "The girl in the simple dress," he said. "I saw her near the coat room." Claire's heart dropped. I didn't. But her voice was swallowed by the moment. Phones lifted. Whispers grew teeth. And suddenly, Claire felt something terrifying. Not just suspicion, enjoyment. People were enjoying this. Security moved toward her. "Ma'am, we need to check your bag." Claire shook her head fast. "Please, I didn't take anything." They searched her bag. Nothing. For 1 second, Claire felt relief. For 1 second. She thought it would end. Then a guard picked something up near a trash bin, and the crowd gasped like it was theater. The bracelet. Right there, right next to Claire. Claire's skin turned cold. No, she whispered. No, that's not. But the crowd didn't care about truth. They cared about certainty. And certainty is easy when you want someone guilty. Then Madeline appeared again, pushing through people, acting shocked. Claire? She said softly, too softly. What did you do? That sentence was poison. Claire turned to her. Madeline, I swear. Madeline stepped back like Claire was dangerous. Why would you embarrass us like this? Claire's eyes widened. The betrayal hit so fast it didn't even feel real. The event manager spoke sharply. Escort her out, now. Someone grabbed Claire's arm, not gently. And as she was dragged through the lobby, she saw dozens of phones aimed at her face. A woman shouted, Thief! A man laughed, and someone else said, Of course it's her. Claire didn't even understand what her meant, but she understood the message. You are not one of us. Outside, the hotel doors closed behind her, and the night air felt like punishment. By midnight, the clip was online. By morning, it was everywhere. And in the Bennett house, the video played on repeat. Mr. Bennett didn't ask questions. He didn't call the hotel. He didn't talk to Claire. He watched the clip and made a decision. Pack your things, he said. You're not dragging this shame into my home. Claire tried to explain. She begged. She cried. Her mother looked away. Madeline stood behind them, silent, almost satisfied. And then, Claire was outside, in the rain. With her life in a suitcase, she walked, street after street, cold soaking into her clothes. Her phone buzzed with messages she couldn't read, because every notification felt like another slap. People stared. Some recognized her. Some whispered. Claire kept walking anyway. And then, her body gave up. A sharp pain hit her stomach. Not dramatic, not cinematic. Real. Sudden. She bent over near a bus stop, gasping. A woman passing by stopped. Older, calm face, tired eyes. Hey, the woman said gently. Look at me. Are you okay? Claire tried to answer, but her voice broke. I don't know. The woman didn't judge her wet hair or shaking hands. She didn't ask about the video. She didn't ask why Claire was alone. She just said, Come with me. The hospital lights were too bright. The smell of antiseptic was too clean for how messy Claire felt inside. A doctor checked her quickly. Severe stress, he said. Dehydration. Exhaustion. Claire stared at the ceiling, numb. Stress. Like it was a small word for a life collapsing. The woman introduced herself. I'm Diane. I supervise nursing here. And tonight, you're not alone. Claire's eyes filled. I don't have money. Diane's voice softened. I'm not charging you for being human. That sentence held Claire together. Over the next few days, Diane helped quietly. A spare room, simple food, dry clothes, and one job offer. A small cafe near the hospital needed someone for early mornings. Not glamorous, but steady. Claire took it. She served coffee with shaking hands. She cleaned tables while customers talked over her like she didn't exist. But she kept going. Because survival is a kind of courage nobody applauds. One night, after closing, Diane sat with Claire in a corner booth. Tell me what happened, Diane said. So Claire told her everything. The fundraiser, the accusation, Madeline's reaction, her father's rage. Diane listened, quiet, then leaned in. Claire. That hotel has cameras everywhere. Claire's breath caught. Security said there was nothing. Diane's eyes sharpened. Security says nothing when someone pays for silence. Claire's hands trembled. So, there is footage? Diane nodded. And if there is footage, there is truth. Diane made a call that same night, to a man she trusted. a compliance attorney. His name was Ethan Cole. 2 days later, Ethan walked into the cafe. Tall, calm, clean suit, not flashy, just controlled. He ordered coffee he didn't touch, then looked at Claire and said, "I saw the clip." Claire's face went pale. "I didn't steal." Ethan raised his hand gently. "I know. And if you want your name back, we need proof." Claire swallowed hard. "What if they destroyed it?" Ethan's voice stayed calm. "Then they'll be destroying themselves." Ethan filed a formal request for CCTV footage. The hotel delayed, then refused. Ethan didn't beg. He escalated. He sent a final notice. One sentence, sharp as a blade. Withholding footage will be treated as evidence tampering. 48 hours later, the footage arrived. Claire sat next to Ethan in a small office, a laptop between them. Her hands clenched together so tightly her knuckles turned pale. Ethan pressed play. At first, Claire saw the hallway. Guests passing, staff moving. Normal. Then, Madeline appeared. Madeline looked around, checked both sides, pulled a bracelet from her purse. Claire's breath stopped. Madeline walked to Claire's bag, placed the bracelet close to it. Not inside. Close enough to be found. Then Madeline turned and nodded at a security guard. The guard nodded back. Claire covered her mouth. Tears spilled fast, hot. Not soft tears. These were the kind that come from pure betrayal. Ethan paused the video. "We have her," he said. "And we have the guard." Claire's voice shook. "Why would she do this?" Ethan's eyes stayed steady. "Because she wanted you gone. And she knew your father would do the rest." Claire's stomach turned. Because it was true. Mr. Bennett didn't need proof. He needed an excuse. Ethan didn't stop there. He pulled audit logs, security schedules, a timeline. The guard had been paid, not by the hotel, by someone connected to Madeline. Now it was more than gossip. It was a case. Ethan looked at Claire. "We can expose her privately or publicly." Claire's eyes hardened through tears. "Publicly," she whispered. "They destroyed me publicly." So Ethan set a trap. Not an illegal trap, a truth trap, a family brunch, at a restaurant where people talk, where phones come out. Claire walked in with Ethan beside her. Her heart was pounding so hard she felt dizzy. At the table, her father's face twisted with anger. "What are you doing here?" he hissed. "You have no right." Claire's voice came out quiet, but solid. "I'm here for my name." Madeline's expression flickered. A tiny crack. Ethan placed a tablet on the table. He didn't speak loudly. He didn't need to. He pressed play. The restaurant noise blurred, because the footage took over the world. Madeline placing the bracelet. Madeline signaling the guard. Madeline smiling after. Claire's father stared like his mind couldn't accept it. His mouth opened. No words. Claire's mother's hand flew to her face. A small sound escaped her, like grief. Madeline stood fast. "It's fake," she said. "It's edited." Ethan's voice stayed calm. "The hotel verified it. And we're sending it to the police, today." People around them were already filming. But this time, the camera wasn't aimed at Claire. It was aimed at the real villain. Madeline's confidence collapsed. Her hands shook. Her eyes darted like a trapped animal. Then she tried to cry. A performance. But the footage was stronger than tears. Police arrived. Not dramatic. Not violent. Professional. They asked Madeline to come with them. The guard was already being detained. And Claire stood there, breathing like someone who finally surfaced. Outside, her father followed her. His voice broke. Claire, I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. Claire looked at him. And that moment was the real climax. Because sometimes the worst villain isn't the sister who lies. It's the parent who chooses pride over protection. Claire's voice stayed steady. I begged you. I told you I was innocent. Her father's eyes filled. Claire, She raised her hand. No. You don't get to rewrite what you did, just because you're embarrassed now. You threw me out into the rain. Her father flinched like the words hit him physically. And maybe they did. Claire inhaled. I'm not here for your apology, she said. I'm here for my life. The story went viral again the next day, but the headline changed. Woman framed at charity event. CCTV exposes plot. People who mocked Claire now defended her. Some apologized, some stayed quiet. But Claire didn't need everyone's approval. She needed her name back. Ethan helped her file a defamation case, not for revenge, for accountability. Diane hugged Claire in the hospital hallway. You survived, Diane whispered. Claire's eyes filled again, but this time they were different tears. Not helpless. Released. Weeks later, Ethan met Claire outside the cafe. He handed her an envelope. Inside was a key and a document. Claire stared. What is this? Ethan spoke carefully. I bought the cafe. For you. Claire's breath caught. I can't accept. Yes, you can, Ethan said softly. Because you built your life there while they tried to destroy it. Claire's hands shook as she held the key. Not because of money, because of meaning. Because someone looked at her suffering and answered with dignity. Claire whispered, Why do you care? Ethan paused, then said the truth. Because I watched people treat your pain like entertainment. And I refuse to live in a world where cruelty wins. Claire looked at him, and for the first time, she felt something that wasn't fear. She felt safe. And if you're listening right now, remember this. When someone destroys you publicly, the truth doesn't always come fast. But when it comes with proof. And it comes for everyone. If you believe the truth always comes out, comment, truth wins.